Good evening everyone. Welcome back to the confidence boosting sessions. We have already seen in the previous classes, we have solved how much? Think in 2021 paper. Okay. So we were analyzing those papers which there is a general consensus that which are difficult, and we have analyzed, okay, half of, probably we have seen 24 to 25 questions. Okay, half of the general amount of quant that you are going to get in CSAT. Okay, and we have seen that almost 19 to 20, okay, almost 19 questions were easy. If you followed the previous sessions, you would have understood that all the 19 questions have one thing in common. What is that? Get your basics correct, and okay, your answer is just there as it is. And 3 or 4 questions were not difficult per se, okay, but they are of a moderate difficulty, but that too not because some complex logic is involved there. No, probably because a bit of more calculation is needed. Okay, for such 4 problems, we have categorized them as of medium difficulty. Now, okay, this is how you should attempt your examination too. Okay, always your CSAT should be done in rounds. Round 1 should be those questions which you are able to solve in a minute. Okay, and then round 2 should be, okay, medium difficult questions, those questions which you know how to proceed, but it will take some time for you to arrive at the answer. Okay, so now to set the ball rolling, okay, we'll just start from where we have stopped. Okay, so I think the last one was Acha, yeah. We haven't done this. Have I missed something? Nothing else. Yeah, we solved this yesterday. So, okay. This is just a common data interpretation question. Okay. Looks like a data interpretation question. Okay. So, consider the following table. Okay, number of players are given, 4 players are given, runs scored in first innings, okay, balls faced in first innings, runs scored in second innings, and balls faced in second innings. Okay, what is he asking for? Who is the fastest run scorer in the test match? Who is the fastest run scorer in the test match? So, fastest run scorer is people who score, okay, more runs in less balls. Okay, more runs in less balls. So the ratio of runs to balls, okay, has to be, for the fastest run scorer, it has to be more than the other 3. Okay, so now, okay, for the highest value, what do we need? Your numerator should be as high as possible and your denominator should be as low as possible for this ratio to have maximum value. Okay, now let us count. Okay, so run scored by A, 61 plus 14, it is going to be 75. Next, 99 plus 76, 99 plus 76, 9 plus 7, 16, 16 plus 15, okay, 175, 16, yeah, 175. This is for A. Okay, I just added both of his runs and balls faced in the second innings in the same way. 5 plus 50, B is 55 by 85 plus 12, 97. Okay, C is 15 plus 20, 35 by 75 plus 50, okay, 125. And D is 13 plus 12, which is 25, 105. Okay, so having calculated this, people will jump to, okay, finding out what are the ratios here. Okay, please, before doing this, okay, just come to a common sense. What do you think? Okay, there are 175 balls here. Okay, 175 balls here. Okay, the balls are 125. So it is not even 2x of the balls, but the score is, okay, but the score is definitely more than 2. That means A will definitely greater than, okay, A will be definitely greater than C. In the same way C, okay, it is not 2 times, but this is definitely, okay, 75 is definitely greater. So, okay, this technique is called bubble sort. For people who has done engineering, okay, they would be comfortable with this. What is this? First you compare, okay, you pick up a value and compare this to another value. If it is greater than this, you leave this and pick up, okay, and pick up the greater value. So I am comparing A with, okay, first least values. A is greater than C, A is greater than D. So I'll compare now A and B. You see, 70 by 75, 55 by 97. You see, 55 by 97. Okay. So what is 75 twos? 75 twos is 150. So your ball, okay, your balls are, suppose if it was 75, 150 plus 25. Okay. So this is 1 by 2. Some value is getting added to the denominator. So what will happen? The value will be less than 0.5, right? Okay. You are adding something to the denominator. What will happen? Okay. The value of the ratio decreases. Now see the same here. Now what is this? Okay, 55 by, what is twice of this 55? It is 110. Okay, 55 twos are 110. So the value in the denominator, the actual ratio value is something minus 3. So definitely this value is going to be greater than 0.5, right? Okay, instead of blindly calculating, okay, what are the ratios and then comparing, is this not much more simpler? Okay, just it needs to be added. Okay, what needs to be done here? Okay, so a little bit of logic, okay, will save you at least 1 or 2 minutes here. Okay, so who scored most runs? It is definitely B. Okay, it is definitely B. Is this clear? Okay, next one. (46). Okay, half of the villagers of a certain village have their own houses. Okay, 1/5 of the villagers cultivate paddy. Okay, 1/3 of the villagers are illiterate. 4/5 of the villagers are under 25 years of age. Okay, so which of the following statements is certainly correct? Okay, so he has given us some scenarios. Okay, you see the options here. Okay, all the villagers who have their houses are illiterate. Okay, so there is nothing specific. Okay, it is nothing concrete, like you see the previous options. Okay, nothing is objective, like 25, 35, some values. Okay, he has just given us some, okay, info that we need to validate. Okay, that we need to validate. So this is a general kind of question. Okay, half of the villagers of a certain village. Okay, so because we are all habituated with 100, let us start with something simple. Half of the villagers of a certain village, okay, have their own houses. So 50 people have house in a village. 1/5 of the villagers cultivate paddy. 1/5 is how much? 20. Okay, cultivate paddy. Okay, and 1/3 of the villagers are illiterate. Sorry, 1/3 of the villagers are literate. That means 1/3 is 33.33. Okay, although you might ask me, sir, a man cannot be half, but okay, I am taking this because none of the options given here are not objective. Okay, he just wants us to find out what is, okay, what is the observation that can be done. So, and it is simple to convert this. What if I multiply this by, okay, if he asks something objective, I will just multiply this when I have the need to do so. So you need not worry about this. Okay, and 4/5 of the village are under 25. Okay, 4/5, 1/5 is 20, Okay, 1 by 5 is 20, 4/5 is 4 into 20, which is 80%. Okay, that means 80 people of the village. Okay, 80 people of the village are 25 years of age. Okay, 80 people of the village are 20 years or 25 years, are under 25 years. Okay, now which of the statement is certainly correct? That means in all the possible cases, the statement has to be true. Okay, all the villagers who have their own houses are literate. How many houses are there? 50. Okay, that means people who don't have houses, okay, who have their own house are literate. How many people are literate? Assume 34. Okay, so these 34 people, okay, it is not guaranteed that they have houses, because there are 50 people who don't have houses too, and these 34 people can also belong to the other 50. Okay, these 34 people can belong to other 50. So it is not guaranteed that all villagers who have their houses are literate. Next, some villagers under 25 years of age are literate. Okay, he has asked some. So even if there is a possibility of one villager being literate, okay, it goes for conditions. Okay, so 25 years of age. How many villagers are under 25 years of age? 80. Okay, and how many villagers are literate? 33. You see, so 80 are under 25. That means 20 are greater than 25. So even if you consider all the literate people, okay, all the literate people greater than 25, you are unable to fulfill the criteria. Okay, you are unable to fulfill the criteria. So 20 are there. So remaining 13.33 people should definitely fall into this. So some villagers, there will definitely be some villagers, okay, under 25 years of age who are literate. Okay, so this is answer. You see, although this might seem a complex problem, okay, all you need to do is read the data clearly, and you have the answer itself. So would you consider 46 and 45 are easy? Because there is nothing difficult there. Okay, you just need to find out, add those two, okay, and just find out the ratio. So both 45 and 46. Okay, so easy. Okay. Medium, hard. Okay, until now we haven't find a single question which is really hard to do. Okay, out of yesterday we saw how many? 19. Okay, 19 questions, 4 were of medium difficult, and again 2 today. Okay, so +1. Both the questions 45 and 46 are just application of the normal, okay, application of the basic principle. Okay, just calculate and find out the value, and I have also given you the easiest way to do that. Okay, so instead of, what can we learn from here? Instead of rushing into calculations, see, okay, look for efficient ways to generalize the result. Okay, generalize the result. Okay, that is how we have observed A is less than 0.5 and B is greater than 0.5. Okay, so this will save you a huge amount of time, especially in this. Okay, now we get a statement question. Okay, and I keep on telling you, because we have already solved some statement questions previously. Okay, what did I tell you? Statement based questions, okay, need not require a solution. Okay, you just need to understand what is required for you to arrive at an answer. You just need to know the conditions that are required to arrive at an answer. Okay, so consider the two statements and a question. Okay. So from now on, whenever you see a statement question, always try to answer the question without solving it. Okay, without solving it completely. Okay. Now, the last day of the month is Wednesday. Okay. The third Saturday of the month was the 17th day. Okay. What is the 14th of a given month? What is 14th of a given month? You see, so you need to find out the date and the month. Okay, to find out a date, you need to find out first what? The month. Okay, now month could be, okay, 30, 31, 28 or 29. Okay, so your data given here should be able, okay, should help you to either, okay, if it helps you to eliminate all the options except one, then it is useful to you, otherwise just discard it. Okay, so the question is, we need to find out what day, okay, what day is 14th of the given month. Okay, the last day of the month is Wednesday. Okay, last day of the month, okay, the first statement is last day of the month is Wednesday. Okay, now will it help me to arrive at this? What if, okay, he has just given us the date, but he has not given us the month. What if the month has 30 days? It can have 28 days or it can have 29 days also. So this is not conclusive at all. Okay, because we don't know the month, okay, we cannot fix, okay, we cannot find out what is 14th. So this is not helpful at all. Next, the third Saturday of the month is the 17th day. Okay, third Saturday of the month is 17th day. What is the question asking? I want to know what date is 14th. What is statement 2 telling? Okay, 17th of the month is Saturday. Okay, so 14 will be -3, Saturday -3 will give you the answer, right? So by using statement 2, we can definitely find out what is 14th of the month. What is 14th of the month? Why we can find out? Because he has given, okay, both date, okay, and the corresponding day. Okay, both the date and the corresponding day. So this can be easily used to find out the statement 2. Okay, all statement based questions are like this only. You need not solve the question. All you need to do is understand the conditions which can get you an answer. Okay, so this is simple, right? Okay, so the answer is statement 1 alone is sufficient. No, statement 2 is, yeah, statement 2 is alone. Okay, statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Okay, this is clear, right? So one more. Okay, one more to the count of easy ones. Okay, by tabulating easy and moderate, okay, what I want to do is I want to give you the confidence that no matter, even those, okay, the perception of a paper being difficult and the actual reality are two different things. I want you to know that even in the different, okay, even in the difficult years, there are always questions which are easily solvable. So attempt your CSAT or attempt your prelims with confidence that there are always questions which I can do easily just by knowing the basics. And I know many of you would have, especially my students, would have gone through basics, okay, and we have prepared to a level which is if you see our class notes, they are definitely 2 or 3 levels above what UPSC has asked. So attempt, all I want to do is attempt CSAT with confidence. Okay, so let's go for the next one. 47 done. Yeah, now we have another syllogism question. Okay, so all syllogism questions are simple. Okay, simple application of the 3 rules that we have discussed before. Okay, so statement 1. So how are we going to solve syllogism? Just by using our value. So sum, okay, sum greens. So green's value is 50. Since this is a positive statement, blue's value is 50. Okay, next, some blues are blacks. Okay, same here again. Blue's value is 50, black's value is 50. Conclusion 1. Some greens are black. What is this? This is a positive. This is a positive. Okay, positive conclusion. So you can draw a positive conclusion from a positive statement. Now, what are we connecting? We are connecting greens and black. Green is here, black is here. Green is here, black is here. What is the rule for establishing a relationship or a common relationship? That the common element should at least have a value of 100 once. You see, blue, which is the common element, has 50, so it has not achieved 100 at least once. So can you make a relationship here? Okay, can you make a relationship here? No. Okay, so we cannot. Okay, we cannot say that some greens are black. Okay, next, just 1 second. Sorry. I think we have skipped this question. Okay, we'll do the skipped question later. Okay, let's solve this. Okay, so 50 and 50. Okay, so if you don't form a relationship, okay, can you get a conclusion? It has gone back. Let me do this again. So greens 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. What is this? This is a negative conclusion. Positive, positive. Okay, so you cannot form a relationship here. So no relationship can exist between greens and black. So this is definitely wrong. No green is a black. What is the statement? Negative statement. What are the, okay, the conclusion is negative, but what are the statements given? Both the statements are positive. Okay, can you ever draw a negative conclusion from a positive statement? Definitely no. Okay, so this is also wrong. Okay, next, all greens are blacks. Okay, so as we have already seen, no, okay, there is no relationship that can exist between a green and a black. Okay, same way even here. Okay, so what do you get from this? None of the statements, okay, none of the statements are true. Conclusion, which of the following are correct? Okay, it is D. You see how easy this is. Okay, rather than I know some there are some methods which are for solving syllogism where you need to go through Venn diagram and all. Okay, but always the most efficient way to solve Venn diagrams is through this 50 or by 100 method. Okay, see how easy it becomes. Okay, so it is simple. Okay, so the answer is D. So another simple one. Okay, next, which day is 10th October 2027? Okay, which day is 10th October 2027? Okay, which day is 10th October 2027? Okay, seeing this question, okay, people will think that, okay, if you just stare at the question and start solving it mechanically without thinking this, okay, you will miss the logic given here. Okay, one way of doing this is that simple way. Okay, how many it is? One way is counting the number of odd days. Okay, how many odd days in 2000 years? Okay, because we know 400 years have no 0 odd days. Okay, so 2000 years have 0 odd days. Next, How many odd days are in 20 years? Next, how many odd days are in 26 years? Next, calculating January, February, okay, March, April, okay. This is a lengthy way to do this, okay. So even if you don't understand this, okay, the premise for this question is, okay, you see, if UPSC wanted, he could have really given any date here, okay, which would have forced you to go through all the process that we have seen before, find out number of odd days in 26 years, and then each number of odd days in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and then, okay, 9 plus 9, and find out the number of odd days and compare it to the reference days, okay. But he could have given all this, but UPSC is your friend, okay, but he is a hidden friend, okay. So the context for this is a 2021 paper, right? 2021 the prelims was postponed. October 2021 was Sunday, okay. 10th October in 2021 prelims was scheduled on 10th October 2021. So if you have understood that 10th October 2021 is a Sunday, okay, see how easy the problem becomes. You need to find out the number of odd days in 21 to 27, okay, 21 to 27, okay. How many years? Okay, the simple rule for calculating this is 21 minus 27, 6, plus number of leap years, only one leap year. I could only think of one leap year, which is 24, okay, which is 24. So one leap year, so there are 7 odd days, okay, 7 odd days. That means, okay, what day comes after 7 days? It is the same day, okay, it is the same day. So 10th October 2027 is Sunday, okay, 10th October 2027 is Sunday, okay. So if you realize this, all UPSC questions are like that only. There is an, okay, there is a hidden logic there. Once you find out the logic, the question becomes that much easy, okay. So apart from giving you this logic, okay, I want to give you, okay, another way to solve such complex problems, okay, instead of finding out all the odd days, okay, instead of finding out all the odd days and going that way, okay, I want you to give you a better way, okay. It is this. You need to find out, you need to have two, okay, you need to remember 3 bits of information, okay, 3 bits of information. What is first one? First one is code for the month, okay, for any such problems, okay, instead of finding out the odd days, okay, you will find that this method is much more efficient and much more time saving, okay. Code for the month: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, okay. Clear? I have just written all the 12 months there, okay. So 1 4 4 0 2 5 0 3 6 1 4 6, okay, 1 4 4 0 2 5 0 3 6, okay. 144 is 12 square, 025 is 05 square, okay, or 5 square simply. 036 is 6 square, 036 is 6 square, and 146 is simply 144 plus 2, okay. Can you just remind this: 12 square, 5 square, 6 square, and 146, okay. This is easier, okay. And in a leap year only, okay, the values of January and February change to 0 and 3, okay. In a leap year, the values of January and February, okay, change to 3, okay. This code is clear. So first one is code for month, code for month. Okay, 12 square, 5 square, 6 square, 146. Okay, next one. Okay, let us take the problem we have seen. 10th October 2027. Okay. October 2027. Okay, any date of this sort, okay, any date of this sort, okay, any date of this sort, okay, can be used by this. Okay, first one, just follow these 4 rules. Okay, whatever the date is given, okay, division by 7 and then the remainder obtained. Okay, 10 divided by 7, what is the remainder? 3. Okay, 3 plus next. What is the code for October? What is the code for October? Okay, it is 1, or just, okay, I told you the first information that you need to do is this. You see, October is 1. Excuse me. Okay, the code for October is 1. Okay, so code for October next. Okay, next you will be concerned regarding the year. Okay, 2027, same way, division by 7 and then remainder, division by 7 and then remainder. Okay, 7 3s are 21. Okay, 27 divided by 7, 7 3s are 21. Okay, so the remainder is 6. Okay, so the remainder is 6. And next, same date, division by 4, okay, divided by 4, and now we will take quotient. You see, all these are remainder, but at last division by 4 is associated with quotient. So 4 6 are how much? 4 6 are 24. Okay, so the quotient is 6. Okay, so this will give us, okay, 1 plus 6. Okay, 1 plus 6 now. Okay, now these are the number of odd days. 1 plus 6 lead to 7 odd days. Okay, so cycles of 7 are, we don't consider them, right? Or even if you can take that, so what will be the number of odd days? 3 plus 7, 10, 10 plus 7, 16, 16 divided by 7, the remainder is 2. Okay, the remainder is 2. Now, okay, now you should focus on the decade. Okay, if the decade is division, okay, is divided by 4, okay, for example, all 2000s, the remainder is remainder minus 1. So whatever remainder you get, remainder minus 1. One step below, all 1900s, it is remainder as it is. Okay, all 1900s, it will be remainder as it is. Okay, your 1800s is remainder plus 2, your 1700s is remainder plus 4, and again when you come to 1600, the same cycle gets repeated. Okay, the same cycle gets repeated. So what is this? 2000. Okay, 2000. So the remainder is remainder minus 1. What is the equivalent remainder? 2 minus 1, which is 1. Okay, so whenever you use this shortcut, okay, 1 starts, okay, the week starts with Sunday, 2 is Monday, okay, and ends with Saturday. Okay, so 1 is Sunday. Okay, 1 is Sunday. Although in this particular problem, if you recognize that, okay, 10th October 2021, that is the easiest way to do. But apart from this, if you get any questions, for example, if they ask what 7th August, okay, 7th August 2017 is what day? Okay, instead of finding out all these things, okay, just okay, follow these 4 steps. Date divided by 7, date divided by 7, and then reminder, okay, the code for August, and then okay, the date divided by 7, reminder, and divided by 4, the quotient. Okay, add all this and division by 7, and then at last consider the decade 2000. So it is r minus 1. Okay, using this approach, any date problem, okay, any date problem you can solve in just a minute. You just need to practice this. Okay, divided by 7. Okay, so so any calendar problems where they ask for a specific date, okay, this is the most efficient way to do. One, you need to remember only 3 steps. One is code for the month. Second is the process to find out the number of odd days, division by 7. Okay, date divided by 7, reminder. Next, the code plus code for August or code for any month. Next, okay, the year division by 7, and then reminder, division by 4, and then quotient. Okay, and then at last consider the decade. At last consider the decade. You see. Okay, date. Sorry. Okay, date division by 7, reminder, code for the month. You consider the month, date division by 7, reminder, okay, divided by 4, the quotient, and then at last consider the decade. Okay, 2000s it is. Okay, 2000s. Okay, any decade divisible by 4. Okay, divisible by 4, it is remainder minus 1. Okay, the equivalent remainder minus 1. 1900 as it is, the remainder as it is. Okay, one step below. Okay, the decade divisible by 4. Okay, it is the remainder as it is, so on and so forth. Okay, and this cycle will keep on repeating. Just do that. And the last idea is, in this, when you use this method, okay, your week starts with 1. 1 is allotted as a Sunday. 1 is allotted as a Sunday. Okay, I hope you have learned, okay, a new way today. Now let's get back to okay, so we have done this, right? So again we get 2 questions, okay, which are plus again plus 2. Okay, this is just a direct application of the basics. Okay, so all you need is your confidence that there will be questions which are easily solvable, and your attempt in terms of rounds. Okay, in terms of rounds. Okay, now let's see this. Okay, what is the value of x in the sequence? What is the value of x in the sequence? Okay, you see. Okay, if you gaze this for long, okay, what is this? 7 is a multiple near. Okay, is a multiple of 7 is a value near a multiple of 2, okay, or the third multiple of 2. In the same way, what is this? 22 is near a multiple of 3. So now, okay, 67 is also a multiple near 3. Okay, so easily, okay, we can find out, since the common ratio appears to be same, now we can find out the actual relationship. So how can you write 7 into 3 plus 1? How can you write this? Same, 7 3s are 21 plus 1. Next 22 into 3 66 plus 1 next. So it is the same way. Now we need to find out x. You see, I told you always take the help of the options given. You see, 2 is there, you need not go for all that. 2 is there, what will be 2 into 3 will be 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. You see which option has 7? So x is 607. Okay, x is 607. Always take the help of options, okay, rather than blindly doing calculations. Okay, here. So one more easy one. Okay. Again plus 1. This is 53. Okay, Jay and Vijay spent an equal amount. Okay, Jay and Vijay spent an equal amount of money to buy some pens and special pencils of the same quality from the same store. Okay, if Jay bought 3 pens and 5 pencils and Vijay bought 2 pens and 7 pencils, then which one of the following is correct? Okay, always go for the options. So what is he telling? A pencil, a pen, pencil, a pen, pencil. So he is just comparing the price of a pencil and price of a pen. So all you need to do is find a relationship between price of a pencil and price of a pen. Okay, so it is given that they spent the same amount of money, right? Okay, now assume the cost of a pen to be A, pencil to be B. Okay, pen to be A, pencil B. J bought 3 pens and 5 pencils. So 3A plus 5B is equals to Vijay bought 2 pens and 7 pencils is equals to 2A plus 7B. What do we need to find? We need to find a relationship between A and B. Okay, so just so rearranging this, A becomes 2B. Okay, so cost of a pen is twice of the pencil. You see what is there in the problem itself? Okay, nothing. If you just express it in an equation, okay, the answer is right in front of you. Okay, so the price of a pen is 2 times the price of a pencil. Okay, is 2 times the price of a pencil. You see, such an easy problem, and I don't know still how we consider this paper as difficult one. Okay, so one more in the kitty of easy. Okay, Peace code 40 marks, Peace code 40 marks more than Q in an examination. Okay, Peace code 40 marks more than Q in an examination. Okay, if Q scored 10% less marks than P, P scored 40 marks more than Q in an examination. If Q scored 10% less marks than P, then how much did Q score? I know your first instant seeing this question is trying to find out an equation, but just look at this at the level of logic. Okay, so let me just give you a minute to solve this problem. I know if you put it into equation it becomes easy. Okay, but just to give you that little edge, okay, solve this equation without putting your pen on your paper, okay, just solve this orally. Okay, there is a little short trick there, okay, which you will see in a few seconds. Okay, just try. Okay, so have you found out? Okay, so let's see. Okay, if P scored 40 marks more than Q, okay, P scored 40 marks more than Q, okay, in an examination. If, okay, if Q scored 10% marks, if Q scored 10% marks less than P, okay, these are the statements given. Okay, if you see this clearly, what is the difference there? The difference is given in two parameters, one in terms of percentage and another in terms of marks. Okay, one in terms of percentage and another in terms of marks. Don't you think these two represent the same fact? Okay, don't you think these two represent the same fact, which is nothing but the difference there, right? Which is nothing but the difference. So the difference is one, in one it is mentioned as 40, in another it is just represented in another way as 10%. So what do you get from that? Same is represented. So 10% is 40. Okay, so 100% will be how much? 400. Okay, so 400 is P, and how much did Q get less than? Okay, Q get P. Q got 40 less, so it is 360. You see how simple this is. You could just solve this question. You could just solve this question by, okay, just by looking at the question itself without putting your pen on the paper. Okay, so always look for something like this. I know if you put an equation, it is the same way that everybody does, but some okay, such smart things like this, okay, will go a long way in making the paper much more enjoyable and fun to solve. Okay, so the answer is 360 in this case. Good, Ananya, it is 360. Okay, okay, next. So one more easy question. Okay, there was nothing in that question. Okay, so adding one more to our easy kit. Okay, try to solve this problem. So it is one more. A person P asks one of his three friends X, Y and Z, okay, how much money he had. X replied okay, X replied, if Y gives me 40, okay, then Y will have half of as much as Z. But if Z gives me 40, then three of us will have equal amount. Okay, so what is the amount of money that X, Y and Z have? Okay, so he has given two scenarios. Okay, although it appears complex, okay, just convert each statement into okay, just convert each statement into equation. You will definitely see. Okay, X, Y and Z. Okay, first scenario. Okay, scenario 1. Okay, so assume they have X and Z with them. Okay, X, Y and Z with them. Okay, so if three friends X, as to how much money X replied. Okay, if Y gives me 40, so if Y has Y rupees, if he gives 40, what will he be? The money will be Y minus 40, and X will have X plus 40, right? X will have X plus 40, and the value, okay, what will be the value of Z? He has given that, then Y will have half as much as Z. Okay, so this is half as much as Z. That means Z has twice of this. So this becomes, okay, 2Y minus of 80. Clear? 2Y minus of 80. Okay, because whatever Z has is twice of the amount he has. Okay, Now observe that we have done nothing to z. Okay, all the transaction was between x and y only. So whatever the value z has initially, he has the same amount even now. Okay, next scenario 2. Scenario 2 is if z gives me 40, this is scenario 2. But if z gives me 40, then the three of us will have equal amount. Okay, you see what is not varying here? Now the transaction is between x and z. Okay, the transaction is between x and z. Okay, so the value, the initial value of y will be same as it is. Okay, the initial value of y will be same as it is. And what has he said? Okay, then the three of us will have an equal amount. The three of us will have an equal amount. You see, that means y must have total by 3. Okay, we will see this now. Initially it was x. Okay, so the value of z has not changed, right? The value of z has not changed. Okay, so now if x is given 40, what will become? Okay, his initial value is 2y minus 80. 2y minus 80. Now what will this be? He has given 40, so it will become 2y minus 120. It is nothing but, okay, 2y minus 80 minus of 40. Okay, so it becomes 2y minus of 120. Okay, so 2y 80. Now you see the total amount is same, right? What is happening? They are just exchanging the amount one from the other. That means the total amount has to be same. Okay, so addition of this must be equals to the addition of this, right? Addition of this must be equals to the addition of this. You see, this value is same in both the scenarios, so we need not consider this. So at last what will we get? Y minus 40, okay, y minus 40 plus of 2y minus 80. What will this be? It will become 3y minus of 120 becomes, okay, y plus y plus 2y. Okay, so you are getting, okay, we need to assign a value here. Okay, so instead of doing this, okay, instead of writing in just in terms of y, okay, what will this be? He has given just 42x. Okay, he has given just 42x, so this will become, okay, z minus 40. And if you do the, okay, do the same equation now. Okay, okay, z minus 40, the same process. Okay, it is just that I prematurely took every value as y. Okay, now do the same concept, because they are exchanging money as it is, right? They are exchanging money as it is, so total money should be same. And this, okay, this is same in both the cases. Okay, so x plus 40 plus y minus 40 plus of 2y minus 80 is equals to x plus 40 plus y plus of z minus 40, right? Z minus 40. So x plus 40 gone. Now what will this be? Okay, at last what are we going to get? Y minus 40 plus of, just addition of this, y minus 40 plus 2y minus 80 is equals to y plus okay, y plus z minus 40, y plus z minus 40. You see how many variables are there now? Just simple, okay. How many variables are there in this equation? 1, 2, okay, 1 and 2. Y is one variable, z is one variable, but one equation, it can only give you the value for one variable. So how can I write this as? Okay, can I write this as, because everything is equal, that means the value of z minus 40, don't you think it is equal to y? Okay, because after z gives 40, everybody has the same amount of value. Don't you think z minus 40 is equals to y? Okay, now substitute this. Okay, so it will become y minus 40, okay, 3y minus 120, 3y minus 120 is equals to 2y, so y is equals to 120, okay. If y is 120, the total is how much? Okay, y is total by 3, okay, so y is 120, total is 120 into 3, which is 360, okay, it is 360. So anything complicated? Nothing. You need to just frame these equations, okay, just frame these equations and equate, okay, and equate. So the value is 360. So okay, so this is another easy. Okay, next, in a code language, mathematics is written as LBD, okay, something else. We need to find out chemistry, okay. This is simple. Compare with this. Are you able to see something? Okay, M and L are this, okay. You see, after A, B. Okay, so mathematics. L, B, sorry, L, B, S, I, D, N, Z, U, H, D, R. Okay, I think from this itself, okay, you will be clear. You see, L and M, okay, L, M, A, B, you see. So L plus 1 is M, okay, so written it is minus 1, okay. M minus 1 is L, okay. Next, A and B, that means A plus 1 will be B. P, Q, R, S, T, okay. S plus 1 is T, so that means T minus 1 is S, okay. Now we find a pattern here. It is alternating plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. Now apply the same with chemistry, okay. C, first one is minus 1, so B, okay. So these two are, now you see where is just the change, okay. Everything is same except the fourth word, okay. The fourth word is 1, 2, 3, 4. So plus 1 minus 1, sorry, it is minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 plus 1, okay. So what comes after M? N. So the answer is B, okay. What comes after M? It is N, okay. So the answer is B. Again, simple one, right? So 56. At which of the following times do hour hand and minute hand of the clock, okay, make an angle of 180 degrees with each other, 180 degrees with each other? You see, he has not given us specific times, okay. I keep always telling you, UPSC wants you to solve CSAT questions. I can tell that just from the options itself, You see, you need not even calculate here. Okay, you need not even calculate here. If you have the basic grasp of clocks, okay, basic grasp of clocks, okay, you see, how does it happen? He is asking when will it be 180 degrees. So 7 starts, okay, this is 6, this is 12, this is 5, this is 7, right? Okay, he is asking when it is 180 degrees. So 12, this is 1, okay. 7 o'clock starts where? This is 7, this is hour hand, and this is minute hand. Okay, this is hour hand and minute hand. For it to be 180 degrees, what needs to happen? It needs to be opposite 7, which is 1. Okay, which is 1. So, okay. So, when will you get 180 degrees? When will you get 180 degrees? Okay. If, because both your hour hand move and the minute hand moves, okay. So if the minute hand or if the hour hand is stuck at 7 itself, then at 7.5 you will have 180 degrees. At 7.5 you will have 180 degrees. But we know that as the minute hand moves, the hour hand also moves, right? As the minute hand moves, the hour hand also moves. So what will your hour hand do? It will just go here. Okay, it will just have a slight delay from 7. All you need to do, okay, to solve this question is just the basics that, okay, when the hour hand moves in a certain period of time, when the minute hand moves in a certain period of time, your hour hand also moves. Okay, so by the time your minute hand makes 5 minutes, okay, your hour hand will also would have made some distance. You need not know what distance it has made. You should just know that it had have made some movement, okay, some movement above 7. So for 180 to be there, your minute hand has to go beyond 5, right? Okay. So you see the values at 7 and hours. Okay, this is just a bunkum option. Okay, between 7 and 5. Is it between 7 and 5? No. Your hour hand moves beyond 7, so your one hand has to go beyond 5. Okay, so at 7:05, no. Why? Because it is at 7:05 if the hour hand doesn't move, but your hour hand moves, because for 5 minutes it moves a certain amount of this. Okay, so the answer is this. Okay, no need to find out at what angle. Okay, at what angle it makes this. Okay, but for people, okay, so it is that easy. Okay, all you need to know is, okay, you need not remember the answer, you need not calculate to find this thing. Okay, all you need to just know is both the hands keep on moving for, okay, for a short amount of time too. Okay, but for those who are interested in this, okay, 2 by 11 into a1 minus, okay, a1 plus or minus a2 will always give you, okay, will always give you the count. Okay, will always give you the time at which this happens, where a1 stands for 30 into hour and a2 is the angle given. Okay, this will always give you the time at which this happens. Okay, so we are starting at 7, right? So this will become 7 into 30, 210, and a2 is angle 180 degrees. Okay, just substitute in this. Okay, you will get some 7, 5 by 11. Okay, of that sort. Okay, but you need not even go there. Okay, just by basic common sense you can solve this. Okay, okay, so another simple one. Next 58. Okay, these are last two questions that we are going to solve. Okay, in an objective type test of 90 questions, okay, in an objective type test of 90 questions, 5 marks are allotted for each correct answer. 5 marks are allotted for each correct answer, and 2 marks are deducted for every wrong answer, and 2 marks are deducted for every wrong answer. Okay, after attempting all the 90 questions, that means there is no question that is left out here. Okay, so after attempting all the 90 questions, a student got a total of 387 marks. A student got a total of 387 marks. What is the number of incorrect responses? Okay. Okay, so in the same way we are going to suggest two ways. One, which is common for everyone. Second one is, if you just be a bit logical about it, if you think about what is the best way to solve. Okay, first one is equation way. Let A be the number of correct answers. Let A be the number of correct answers. Okay, so since he has attempted all the 90 questions, what will be the incorrect answers here? What will be the incorrect answers here? Will be 90 minus A. Okay, they will be 90 minus A. Let A be the number of correct answers. Okay, then number of incorrect answers will be 90 minus A. So what do we need? For each correct answer you are getting how many marks? 5 marks. 5 into A. Now what is for every wrong answer? For every wrong answer, okay, for every wrong answer you are subtracting 2 marks as negative, 2 marks as negative marks. Okay, 2 marks as negative marks. Okay, 5A minus 2 into 90 minus A is equals to 387. Okay, you could either solve this or you could just put in the values of 90 minus A, or you could even just reverse this. 5 into 90 minus A minus of 2 into A is 387. Okay, and solve this. Okay, but okay, now let us attempt with some logic here. Okay, I hope you understood the equation way. Okay, let us put some logic here, which is, you know, if out of the 90 questions he got everything right, how many marks will he have? 450. Okay, how many marks will he have? 450. Now assume, okay, assume just one question getting wrong. How many marks will he lose? 5 marks. Okay, 5 marks, because 1 being less. Okay, that means you are not getting full marks for that, and then 2 marks as a penalty for getting it wrong. Okay, 2 marks as a penalty for getting it wrong. So for each wrong question, how many marks will he lose? 7 marks. Okay, now the original perfect score was 450, but he got 387. So how many marks did he lose for negative? For negative questions, it is 480 minus 387, which will give you 63. Okay, 63. Okay, 63 marks were lost. 63 marks were lost due to negative questions, and because of one negative question you lose 7 marks. So how many negative questions are there? Okay, it is 9. Okay, it is 9. Okay, so is this clear? Okay, okay, so we'll stop at this juncture. Okay, in the next class, that is tomorrow, okay, we'll finish, okay, everything of this 2021 paper. Okay, now, okay, then you are okay. So let's 2 more questions. Let's see the easy count for today. Okay, we have solved 2/3 of the questions. Okay, see how many are easy. 19, 21 plus 3, 24, 26, 28, you see 31. Okay, so all these questions, if you have observed, okay, they never require, okay, much more than common sense and some understanding of the fundamental concept. Okay, and even to be, okay, to be graceful as possible, we have, even when there is only one concept to be applied but the calculations are more, we have included that in medium difficulty questions. Okay, so when from, okay, even though 2/3 of the paper is done, okay, although there is an this thing that 21 paper, 22 paper and 23 are difficult, but the reality is more than 50% of the questions are just require a common, okay, require common sense and a basic understanding of the topic. That is all that is required. Okay, no complications, no convoluted logic, nothing of that sort. Okay, all you need to require CSAT is just common sense, okay, and basic this thing. Okay, and I hope because nowadays everyone is preparing CSAT, so I definitely assume that they all have the basic knowledge. Okay, just attempt the CSAT with confidence. Once you are confident, okay, you will be able to see the logic instead of being in stressed and okay, worrying about will it be easy or not. Okay, I want you to give the confidence that there will definitely be 50% of the questions which will be easy, which will be solved with just a common sense and in less than a minute. Okay, so I hope I have added to your confidence with this session. Okay, tomorrow we will finish whole 2021 paper and we'll get a final count, okay, which shows us in, okay, what is the reality on the ground. Okay, and some part of the picture might be clear to you now that there are always questions which are easy. So if you want to clear CSAT, just focus on those questions which need common sense and which you can solve in less than a minute. You are done with your CSAT. Okay, so now we'll stop this here. Tomorrow we'll pick up the remaining questions and finish this chapter. Okay, thank you. All right.